Hunting isn't always about the kill. I know that's an oft-repeated cliche that frequently describes an unsuccessful hunt, but in a few rare cases, following a blood trail and meeting the ice chest are truly secondary to the experience and the adventure found simply in the pursuit. Such was the case for a true bucket list adventure that I had been dreaming of since I started bow hunting over 30 years ago. Public land, over the counter, backcountry, high elevation, archery, elk. For so long, such an adventure simply seemed out of reach, as being a broke college kid ultimately gave way to family responsibilities and work obligations. I became paralyzed by the fear of the unknown, overwhelmed at the prospect of how and where to start. Public or private, over the counter or draw, guided or do it yourself. How do I find a partner? Like so many others, so many excuses prevented me from taking that first step until I found myself on the downhill side of 40, with my window of opportunity for making this type of adventure beginning to close. That's when Adam called. The adventure awaited. This was never about the kill. This was about the adventure and the experience. This was about pushing myself physically and testing myself mentally. This was about the months of planning and preparation, the diet, the training, testing gear and tweaking equipment, hours of podcasts and forum and absorbing information from every resource I could find. This was about the summer hikes in the mountains to gauge my fitness and my abilities and to test my equipment. This was about packing 9 days of only the essentials, over 12 miles deep with over 4,000 feet gain in elevation. It was about enduring altitude sickness and persevering to overcome it. It was about hunting with a partner who, even at 17 years my junior, is a man I admire, respect, and look up to. This was about an early encounter with a majestic 6x6 bull at 120 yards, and a narrowly missed opportunity with his harem leading him to us at 40 before cutting our wind and beating a hasty retreat back to the timber. It was about identifying the pattern between feeding, bedding, and watering, only to have them deviate when we made our play. This was about spending 7 nights suspended in a hammock at 10,200 feet and one awesome yet miserable night sleeping under a rock. This was about a brutal hike of over 1,700 vertical feet in less than 9/10 of a mile, with burning legs and lungs giving way to breathtaking views at nearly 12,000 feet. It was about side hilling and switchbacks, or just putting my hand in the dirt and making the climb. This was about chasing the good light, or at least stopping down to make the best of what was available. It was about spending the day in the rain and the fog, with the wind and the cold, and having the fortitude to grind it out in hopes of just one more glimpse of that big bull. It was about craving warm meals and coffee to recover from long days of hunting. It was about midnight conversations about what we learned today that we can apply to tomorrow. This was about no phone calls, no emails, no computers, no timelines, no interruptions. This was about a disappearing herd and a final tip of the cap to the mountains that had defeated us before we made our retreat. It was about the consolation of Rocky Mountain goodness to reward completion of a successful adventure. This was the exact adventure I wanted, short of the bonus of a bloody pack out at the end. It was the culmination of 3 decades of a dream, and yet it marks only the beginning of an annual obsession. I will be back, with the bloody pack becoming more of an emphasis. I'll leave you with this one question. What's stopping you from chasing your dream?